Welcome everybody. So I actually have to turn the lights on still, but we're getting started tonight with the PETG versus acrylic tubing stream actually. So I don't know why I haven't done this stream sooner, just because it is kind of a common question that we have as water coolers, is whether or not you should use PETG or acrylic tubing. As you can see behind me, I got some of both actually, and I'll be just demonstrating both of them tonight. And as I mentioned, there'll be a giveaway. So for that, you'll just have to pay attention during the stream. I'm gonna be asking a random trivia question, and then you guys can answer it, and the first person to answer it correctly will be the winner of, I decided we can do either a 4-pack of the Monsoon acrylic tubing that I'm using tonight, or a 4-pack of the thermal take tubing that I'm using tonight. So you can pick after watching the stream whether or not you like PETG or acrylic more. So I'll leave it up to you. But we're in Discord, so if you guys want to join in Discord, I'm chilling in here, and I'll unmute myself so we can hear these guys.
There you go.
Yeah, dude, I was giving people the rundown first. That's all. Yeah, did you guys hear about how the giveaway is gonna work?
I had to
It's talking right now.
It's talking. Yeah, I suppose it's confusing, but I can just reiterate for anybody that added or just joined that we'll just be doing a trivia question here. I'll probably do it sooner than later, and then we'll have to pay attention to see who answers correctly first. That's the key. You got to be correct.
Considering I ordered 18 Monsoon fittings and I just ordered another 12, I could really use the tubing today.
Hey, you might need a little bit of tubing.
Just a little.
Just a little. Okay, so let's see here. I was going to show you guys. So this is actually, wait, we're on this camera, I think. So you probably can't even tell right now. I'm not going to start bending it right away just because I kind of wanted to go over kind of all the differences. But this one on the right is PETG, this one on the left is acrylic. And to be completely honest with you guys, I actually haven't worked with acrylic a ton. Clearly just because I find PETG a lot easier to work with. So that's my opinion on it, kind of just in general, is go with PETG. Although acrylic does definitely have its benefits. And as you can see, they both pretty much look the same, and if done properly, they bend just fine. I would definitely say that acrylic is a little bit more touchy as far as bending goes and getting it to look nice. Like I said, I've worked with it a handful of times. I know I worked with it on Matt's build. I worked with it some when I was down in Florida. But overall, I've mainly worked with PETG. And as you can see here, like this bend, I mean, it almost looks all right, but there's like a bulge on it on this side. So like that's kind of goofy, and I honestly wouldn't keep that. Like I'd definitely toss that. A couple of the other ones, like this one, it has like just little tiny flat spots right here, so I don't really like that either. Although looking at it from the front, it looks perfectly fine, I guess. But like that, it looks a little bit odd. I don't like that, especially when you can get like a PETG bend just perfect like this. Like I can almost bend it just like that every time. However, the acrylic took a few tries this morning, and I can show you guys that in just a minute, but I want to go over some other differences. One reason I would recommend acrylic is that it can work with all kinds of coolant, like especially with the Mayhem's line. PETG can really only be used with Mayhem's X1 and their pastel, otherwise you're kind of effed. Acrylic though, pretty much all of their coolants you can use with acrylic. I'd have to say that glass is really only the best thing for as far as like coolant compatibility. Like if you want to run some crazy kind of coolant in your loop, glass might be the way to go, just because you're never going to ruin glass with coolant. I can promise you that. Acrylic, some people say it looks clearer, but honestly, like to the human eye, like I mean, you can sit here. The bottom one is acrylic, the top one's PETG. Like I mean, you can look right up to it, and I would honestly say that that's pretty arguable whether or not acrylic is clearer. So if that's really what you think you're going to get out of acrylic, I wouldn't get acrylic just for that. It's definitely a harder plastic. It's more rigid. As far as that actually being good, I'm not sure, just because like when you're putting tubes in and stuff, sometimes you do actually have to force them quite a bit. The PETG is gonna give you a lot more room to like actually push it without it breaking. because I was actually going to show you guys. Someone was like, do the hammer test, but I don't know if I should do that. I should do something more like just break this bend. I mean, in theory, this bend is just fine apart from it having a little bulge. But I could compare that. I don't even know if I could break an acrylic bend, or I mean a PETG bend. I mean, I can try. This is actually a tube for this rig. I don't want to break that. But I can bend a piece of PETG here, and then I can show you guys. But like, the acrylic should actually snap way easier. Like, I don't want to just ruin this whole length of tubing, because we could just break this too, definitely with your hands. The PETG, I mean, you could still definitely break with your hands, but like, I mean, I can sit here and just flex it. It's got a lot more give than the acrylic. The acrylic definitely feels like it wants to break. So like, I mean, let's see if I can just break this. It shouldn't be that difficult. So, without too much force, it just like completely shatters. As you can see there. I'm glad I didn't need that bend, but now I got a mess to clean up. Let's see. And nobody has questions yet? There's quite a few viewers, and nobody's asking questions about acrylic versus PETG. I mean, that was kind of a fun part. Do you guys have anything, before I start bending it and stuff, is there anything else you guys want to know about acrylic versus PETG? What was that?
Which hurts more if you stab yourself on accident with it?
Well, the acrylic is looking pretty damn sharp. Like that would mess up your hand if you were, like, see, that's what I'm afraid of. Like, see, this is another acrylic bend. If you were, like, say, pushing this into a fitting and it was, like, really tight, just imagine if that broke, and, I mean, that would go through your hand pretty easy, and you'd probably want to get stitches. Like, that's kind of sketchy. Do you want me to just bend a piece of PETG real quick? This is acrylic. This one's PETG. And we can see if I can even break that.
Is the monsoon acrylic like the same diameter and everything?
Okay, so that's actually the one difference, and that's so that is the one difference I noticed. This monsoon acrylic is 1/2 by 5/8, and this is 16/12, which is really close, but technically not the same. And my insert actually is just slightly looser on the 1/2 by 5/8 as it should be, which actually could be why I was having some issues with the flat spots. If I were to really actually start using this acrylic in all my builds and stuff and using it a lot more, I would definitely get a different bending insert than the one I have. This one works perfect for the acrylic, or not the acrylic, the PETG tubing. And it's also slightly loose in that. I can just show you guys the difference. But it's not quite as bad. Like, it fits pretty close. Like, if I pull it over, you can see a bit of a gap. Whereas in this acrylic tubing, it's got a little, probably twice as much. So that could be part of my bending woes, I guess. Although I seem to still be able to make it work decently well. It just might be a little bit easier with a 1/2 inch bending insert instead of the 12 mil. So that's that, I guess. What was the original question anyways?
Original question is the outside diameter. Is the thermal take or the
Which one?
Thicker?
Oh, okay. So, yeah, we can look at that just straight up. The monsoon, or not the monsoon, the thermal take PETG is thicker. But I think that's just because this is 12/16 and this is 1/2 by 5/8. So that being, this is only 1/8 of an inch thick, which is really close to 3 millimeters, whereas this is 4 millimeters thick. So the PETG is definitely thicker, but that's just due to the actual dimensions of the tube and the fact that they're actually different. We don't carry any actual 12/16 acrylic from what I could find. I could have sworn that we had, like, even if you, I gotta probably talk to Garrett about this, just because if you search and use the filter acrylic on our website, it'll come up as, there'll be Bits Power tubing that comes up under that acrylic filter, but you go and look at the specifications or the info when you click on the product, and it says it's PETG. So, pretty sure that's not acrylic tubing, as far as I can tell. So the only stuff that I could find was this monsoon stuff, and I'll be happy to link that for you guys once we do the giveaway here in just a bit. I'll link you guys the two sets of tubing that I do have here. No, Hank. I don't know if I could really determine which one works best for a crack pipe, as I don't actually smoke crack. So, bit tough.
Okay, that one I admit that was good.
I bought Bits Power 16 millimeter acrylic. Did you buy it from us, Sean? And were you sure that it was acrylic? Because if you did, link me that. Because that's what I should have got tonight. But like I said, the monsoon stuff works. It's only my fault for using a slightly too small bending insert. But as I kind of said, you can make it work anyways. Like honestly, this this is acrylic, and this one is actually. Which one did I have? Yeah, this one's like. I mean, I'd put that in a build, just fine. So I don't know. It's kind of people get all worked up about the size of bending inserts, and I kind of just laugh because as long as you have something, it usually works all right. So I guess I could just get to bending some. I should have probably pre-cut these, but I'm gonna cut a couple of these down so we're not just bending a full length tube. I guess while I'm cutting these few tubes up, we can do the giveaway question here. So the deal is gonna be whoever answers this question first correctly is going to be the winner. So let's see. Yeah, I'll be able to tell in the chats. Like I'm gonna be cutting some stuff, but I'll check the chat right after, and whoever was the first will be the winner. So here's the question. Are you guys all ready? You all listening? Everyone's good?
You can't stay alive.
What? Oh, that's okay. So actually, I'm gonna mute Discord so you guys don't have an advantage, because otherwise they're on a delay. So sorry, Discord people. Although you should have an advantage, I can't do that. Okay.
Well, at least delay Facebook.
I don't. That's true. That's up to them to figure out which streaming source has the most delay. Watch all three. Find out. So I'm gonna mute real quick on Discord here, and we're gonna do this giveaway. Okay, everybody. So now they don't have an advantage because they don't know what the question is yet, but they will soon. Everyone will. So the question is, what length in millimeters is this monsoon tubing that I'm using? So I already told you guys that it's monsoon 1/2 by 5/8 acrylic tube. So you can, and it's a single pack. So that does make a difference actually. So it's a single pack of 1/2 monsoon, or 1/2 5/8 monsoon acrylic tubing. So that being said, give me the length of this tube in millimeters, and you will be the winner of a 4-pack of this acrylic tubing or of the thermal tape PETG, except for the 500 mil lengths. Sorry, they're relatively close to the same price that way. So you can pick either one. Whoever answers that first. Oh my God. Did somebody, I think, yeah, Mr. R. Wisdom Man already got it, it looks like. Nice work, buddy. So you're on Twitch, but PM me or email me. I was supposed to get some tubing cut, you guys. You guys suck. So like PM me on Facebook or DM me on Discord, or you can just send an email to matt@performancepcs.com. I think you could message me on Twitch. I'll just have to go look for it. I don't know. I'll talk to you more in the stream. I'm going to cut this quick. Now you put me behind. Hank said he can't win. Okay, I'm back. Dude, did you guys see how fast that was?
Yeah, dude.
Twitch must not have a delay or something, because like I seriously asked the question and looked back at the screen and
No, he probably had his light up when you
Yeah.
he was already like, I tried to make it like a somewhat obscure question, like, and something that you actually had to use Google for. I mean, as long as that's what you use to change values.
Yeah. YouTube is 8, dude. It's like 6-second delay.
Yeah.
YouTube was?
Yeah, it's like a good 6 seconds. I was gonna ask you, Matt, before you put your heat gun away, if you could make me a grilled cheese sandwich.
A grilled cheese sandwich on the heat gun. I probably could. I have bread and cheese.
heat up a toast of bacon.
What was it? Was that? Oh, okay, people. The answer was 762 millimeters. If you were wondering, I mean, I guess technically our wisdom man was incorrect by just saying 762, but I figured.
You said in millimeters.
Yeah, so that's true. And then he's correct anyways. He already won. Sorry, people. Like I said, DM me, dude. I'm gonna cut these really quick like I was supposed to while you guys were trying to figure that out. So I'm gonna mute the mic, and then we're gonna get to bending. Alrighty. So I got to cut.
Following a 1,000-degree knife versus yellow plastic.
Should I done the 1,000-degree knife test on the? Here's my reader. Okay, so we got the PETG on the right, the acrylic on the left. So I'm just gonna clean up these ends a little bit before we actually bend it. But I can do a few bends with each just to show you guys. I can try some goofy bends if you want. No promises with the acrylic. Usually I'm decent with PETG. Although that's usually with like an asterisk. You just never know. So which one do you guys want to see first? An acrylic 90 or a PETG 90?
Acrylic.
Okay, thanks for making it hard. No, not at all. I don't know, like I said, I haven't worked with it nearly as much. And like the way like it feels for bending, it honestly feels better than bending PETG. Like with PETG, like it gets all like goopy and jelly almost. Whereas acrylic, like you bend it and like it almost instantly just sits there wherever you bent it to. Whereas acrylic, it feels, or I mean PETG, it feels like you. Yeah, PETG makes it feel like you have to sit there and hold it forever. Like,
Yeah.
and I guess I was actually going to kind of explain that. As far as bending goes, acrylic does bend at a higher temperature than PETG. So it does take longer to heat up. I guess unless you just get a bigger gun. But aside from that, it takes longer to heat up. And to me, what I've always felt like is that like you have a smaller like temperature window. Like I should just draw you guys a little diagram here.
Yeah.
Dude, this aluminum table I figured out was the diagram. Okay, so say you have like.
I like how I don't get said
Right, me neither.
No, dude. When I turn it on streamer mode or whatever, I don't get the boops for people joining the channel.
No, it's cool.
It's cool. Okay, so say you have just any random temperature scale. So like this is just T. So there's just a range of temperatures here. I don't even know the exact numbers that these bend at. I really don't care because my temp gun doesn't have like a heat output. So let's say you have PETG where like up until here, say it's too cold. Like so this whole end of the spectrum, it is too cold to bend. And then it gets to a point where you can bend it. And it feels like you have like a large bit of room here to like work with. Like this whole area is a good area to bend at, and my red sucks. And after this, it just turns to crap. Like you heat it up way too much, it's gonna bubble and blister. Yeah, everything like that. Whereas acrylic, to me, obviously, like I said, it takes way more temperature to get it to that point. But it also feels like to me that like the window in which you bend it at is like much smaller. Like as soon as you get it to that temperature where it's good for bending, you don't want to heat it up anymore. I suppose I should use black. So like that's all I would have to say, which to me makes it harder to bend just because like you don't want to overheat it. Whereas with PETG, you honestly, with like the Thermaltake PETG that I use, you honestly like have a long time before it starts getting nasty. Like, we could honestly just sit here. We could do that. We could test that tonight. Just sit here and see which one takes longer to start to deform after it's gotten to its point of bending.
I found that PETG
Acrylic.
Yeah, yeah. Like I said, acrylic will start to bubble and blister really quickly, and it's annoying. It is what it is. I mean, that's what you get with acrylic. So
That's why it's a much more brittle,
yeah,
harder plastic.
yeah. Like, did you miss the part, Jason, where I snapped this piece?
No, yeah, I missed it. I was upset.
Yeah, I broke that. That's not even hard. Like I say, we can try to break this 90 that I bend. Or no, I said I'd do acrylic first. So let's see if I can get an acrylic bend. What I figured out with just because my insert's a little bit small, it likes to. I think that's why it's creating those bulges. You guys are terrible. We're trying to make a good family stream here. This is for the families.
If it makes you feel any better.
But yeah, just because the insert is too small, I'm actually going to use the table.
Yeah, it's only family friendly, but it's also self-contained.
What do we got
I
here?
got a good question.
This is the acrylic. Thanks for the link, Sean. Oh, people
I
are
got a
still.
question for you. Some other modders suggest lubing your insert where you put it in.
Lubing it?
Water.
Yeah, the water does help. However, it's like super loose, or it's not super loose, but it's more loose on this than it is on the PETG, and I honestly don't need any water on that. If I was doing like triple bends, we could get some water going. If you guys want to see some crazy bends, well, with just a 90, it's still easy to pull out. So, stop. Okay, I'm gonna bend this. You guys can shut up. So here goes the acrylic bend. And notice how long this will take to heat up compared to the PETG that we do after this.
I got lost.
See, like, different brands of PETG will affect differently. One machine seems to bend really quickly, so you gotta watch how much heat you get. Whereas, like, the Thermaltake that we invented, you can get a lot of heat before it actually heats.
See, and Jason, that's actually a good point. Like, I almost want to make a stream that just compares all the brands of tubing and seeing how they all bend comparatively to each other. Like, because PETG can be a mixture. Like, I mean, it doesn't. There's no set actual mixture for what PETG has to be called PETG. Okay, so the acrylic's really close now.
Have it in the tube in there and literally watch it bed before you even put it in the mold already.
Yeah.
Like, my friend did one soon, he said he was heated quickly, but he was able to manage the heat. He did the same trick as everybody else that he was like, I can do that. And he let the tube go insert the heat. That's what I do. I don't know how like I have it spark the bed, and I go, okay, that's not it. And I noticed that worked perfectly for me.
Oh, I never thought about trying that.
Yeah.
So, this one, it looked like it turned out pretty good. It might have gotten a little bit of a flat spot on this end. But, like, even that, like, it's already, like, freaking rigid. Like, and I haven't even blown it. I just set it on the table for 10 seconds. Shut up. You guys, I can't take you anywhere. So,
Hey, I didn't know.
I mean, you have it.
Dude, there's 27 people on Facebook.
you have it. Well, Carlos, is that Carlos saying that bullcrap? Yeah, you're stuck in bed. Okay, so we'll do the PETG now, and I'll see if I can break this PETG tube just with my hands like I broke the acrylic. Did you see that at least, Carlos?
What?
The acrylic breaking?
Yeah, I've been watching the whole time.
Sure you have, uh-huh.
I really have.
I'm gonna ask your mom after this, and if she tells me a different answer, boy, you better watch. Oh, okay. Well, we're gonna bend the acrylic, or the PETG now. And like, this stuff is gonna be way different compared to the acrylic. One, the insert actually fits, so that kind of helps me.
Sounds personal.
God, we've been over this. What are people saying in the chats?
What chat?
Be quiet. There's plenty of people in the chats. Yeah, dude, people are tuning in tonight. So see, like this stuff is already like, whoop, and I haven't been heating it up nearly as long. I like to heat this up a little bit more. And as I was kind of showing with my little crappy diagram there, we actually have a lot more room to heat this before it actually starts to deform. We can test that next. I'm gonna bend this one and then we're gonna try to break it. I don't even know if I'll be able to break it. So, like this I can honestly bend freehand, like, and it doesn't bulge or anything like that. But like, see, I can sit here.
That's why it has so many views right now, people watching, because nobody's compared the two. See how easy that was to bend?
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, and it's still like all floppy. Like I've sat here now for at least 10 seconds, and it's still like you gotta blow on it.
Damn it, Carlos.
Ah, that's hot.
Yeah, it'll stay like that for like up to like 30 seconds to a minute.
Yeah, exactly. Whereas you guys saw the acrylic, I had it on the bench for 10 seconds, and I couldn't move the bend anymore. So I mean, this is on. Like, I mean, some people might say it's bad that it sits here and you have to sit here and hold it, but honestly, it's sometimes useful because there's a lot of times where I'll be doing a bend, and I don't like actually use like a guide or anything like that. I just hold it up to the build and make sure it lines up with the fittings. And like, if it, wow, it's still, the insert's pushing this thing apart. It's still moving. So if you have a lot more time to play with it, it's a lot easier to do that. Whereas with acrylic, boy, you better be ready to bend that thing right where you want it to be, and you gotta leave it.
Dude, yeah, seriously.
Yeah, isn't the tubing that you were using over the weekend acrylic, Carlos? The frosted stuff? Yeah, see, that's why I wanted you to come in tonight.
That's why I'm here.
Yeah, Carlos, you should share your pictures in the stream chat of your bends and stuff. And you even broke a tube, I saw.
Yeah, there's a couple I broke a couple tubes.
Okay, so now it's finally, we've waited like 30 to 45 seconds now. And this bend, honestly, looks a lot cleaner than this one to me. I think this is the one I just did. No, it's not. It's not. This is the one I just did. I don't know, you guys be the judge of it. I personally think the PETG looks better, although I really shouldn't say this is a good comparative thing just because like I used technically the wrong insert on the acrylic. I don't know. It's up to you guys. I like the PETG. It just seems smoother.
I also noticed that if you're trying to like you make the bend wrong a little on the PETG thermal tick stuff, you can actually reheat it and rebend it.
Usually I don't recommend doing that, but you can get away with it. And I mean, as far as it goes, if you like half screwed it up already, why not go for it? It's not like it's gonna be any less not usable. Like
my triple bend in my loop, right?
Yeah.
Having to do that one and having the ability to be able to play with the tube.
Exactly.
With how long PETG takes to harden, that was nice because I could actually get it in the right place and go, oh shit! Like when I went to do the second bend in it, I was like, I didn't get it in the right place at first.
That is true, Calf. I didn't actually point that out. Calf said that the cold metal on the tabletop, it is actually colder, so that is true. I could compare it that way, but I was gonna say, do you guys think I can break this? I don't even know if I can. I haven't honestly really tried to break a bend, but we can give it a shot. I feel like it's gonna be a lot different break. So.
Did you share that photo again?
Oh boy, it's wow! It's just compressing. Look at that. It doesn't even break.
It doesn't break, it just folds.
Yeah, dude, I can't break it.
Come on, you can do it.
What do you mean I can't? Like, I mean, if I sit here now, maybe if I go the other way.
Well, you
Go back
can
the
do
other
it.
way and it'll break it.
Nope.
Really?
You'll see on stream it still doesn't break. I can't break it, dude.
Oh, the acrylic will just shatter.
Yeah, here, I can do another acrylic tube for you guys. This is another. I probably won't be able to break those.
It just spider webs.
Yeah, like, okay, so there's the PETG. If you guys missed it at the beginning of the stream, here goes acrylic. Like, this is violent. Oh, man, it does take a little bit of effort. But, yeah. So that's acrylic. Now I have a bigger mess to clean up. Thanks a lot, people.
You're welcome.
So, yeah, that is the difference between PETG and acrylic as far as materials go, if that doesn't explain it well enough for you guys.
Hey, man.
What's up?
One thing I noticed when I was bending yesterday was my tubing kept swelling.
Please, thanks, Matt. This YouTube is lagging like 10 seconds behind Discord. Okay, I can get you the Twitch.
Yeah, I got it, Matt. It's already.
Oh, nice, dude. Thank you. No safety glasses. That is true. My bad.
Damn it, Matt.
But to be honest, I blinked. So
An eye, Matt.
eyelids. But let's see. What else could we try doing with the PETG and acrylic? We tried doing a dual 90 bend. In the
on a
acrylic.
side note, my opaque has been flawless for a month.
That's good. More coolant.
Nice.
I got to talk to Daniel and see if we can get some of his cleaner in because I would like to do a stream on his cleaner.
Compare it to Blitz Part 2 because that's literally the same thing it does. It literally works the same.
Sounds like someone needs to go to the gym. Fair enough.
The Daniel's cleaner, the whole loop one, if you want to compare it to something, it is exactly like Blitz Part 2. Exactly like Blitz Part 2. And he is supposedly, according to Greg in our group on Discord, said that his rad cleaner works just like Blitz Part 1, except it takes less time.
Fair enough. Yeah, that's what Greg was saying. So we'll have to get that in. Do you guys want to see me try to do like 290 bends at once with the acrylic and see if I even can get it to turn out right? I really feel like this little, or no, we were gonna see which one takes longer to like blister and bubble or whatever. So we can just
definitely will.
Well, I mean, it's gonna take. I meant from like the point at which you can bend it, because like I was trying to, like I drew the diagram, but some people still might not get it. As I was trying to say, like your window to bend this stuff for the acrylic is way narrower than the PETG.
Yeah, it is.
So like I could demonstrate that real quick. So this will take a minute.
My tubing kept swelling yesterday since I got to
Swelling, really?
Yeah.
That's not good.
No, like it started to swell as soon as it got back.
What's that? It's 1216, isn't it?
Yeah.
What insert are you using?
It doesn't fit tight at all.
It shouldn't be super tight.
It fits, but I mean, it's definitely a good amount of wiggle there.
Like, it swelled once it got hot enough, or it swelled like when you bent it, like it had a bulge in the bend?
Once it started getting a little flimsy, it would just, as soon as it started,
Okay.
I started bending a little bit, it would just cave in on itself. Until it was time where it just started swelling as soon as it got to the bend.
Yeah.
Where it started to
Okay, so I'd say this acrylic is like, yeah, this acrylic's good to bend. So we're gonna keep it on the heat and like pretty quick here. Here, let's see if I can straighten it back out. Oh, I can't even straighten it back out at all. We'll keep heating it, and pretty quickly here, you're gonna see this go to crack. I mean, it is actually straightening out again, nicely enough.
That's one thing that happened
But
to me. Bend where it would straighten back out.
this is gonna start to bubble, and it's gonna get nasty. Even if you keep spinning it. Yep. Now we're getting bubbles in it. So that took, what, 10 to 15 seconds more of heat? And like you can see the white bubbles in the tube right there. So we can do some PETG now.
Hey, Matt, can you pull on either end while you're heating it and spinning it? Or is it not?
Do I pull on the other? What do you mean by that?
Okay, I want to see what happen if you pull away from the bed at either end or push it. If it would bulge or it would stretch.
Oh. Oh, that's a good point. Like if you're like when you're bending it, you either pull away or push in.
Yeah, if you push it, I would imagine it's bulge, right?
Yeah, it'll bulge definitely, and if you pull out too much, it's gonna want to stretch.
Thin out, yeah.
So now I'll try to actually, like, I'm gonna have to try to make this PETG turn to crap like that acrylic did. Because, like, in like 10 seconds here, it's gonna be able to bend, and then we're gonna sit here forever where it's just gonna be jelly. Like, look at that, it's already.
It's already gelling.
You can pretty much already bend it. Like, you might get a little bit of a wrinkle in there somewhere, but pretty much ready to bend. And that took what, 10 seconds to get to that? But now we're gonna sit here probably for like another minute before it freaking actually starts to have issues. So it is clearly good to go for bending. Oops, that probably doesn't help the tubing. If I bump it on the heat gun. What's that? I guess we can see if it'll burn. Ooh, it's starting to twist now because it's catching. But like, it's still super bendy, and there are absolutely no bubbles in it. Like, the tube's getting all kind of messed up because the insert's playing with it. Oh, now it's actually collapsing, and we might be getting some bubbles in it. Yeah, so now it's all messed up, as you can see there. I wouldn't count the flat spots. That was just from bending it a bunch of times weird. But now it's actually like starting to melt. Like, I mean, we can keep going, but this is just gonna get bad. And I actually might ruin my insert. So maybe we won't. Ooh, I don't even want to pull out my insert. It's pulling on the tubing. So like that's that kind of demonstration. As I was trying to, you know, show that in actual demonstration. Oh, well that's nice. It's still way too hot. We'll have to wait a minute, I guess. It just collapsed. Let's see, what else could we do with this differences between acrylic and PETG? I don't know, like, if I've covered everything or not. If anybody has any questions, must resist making... I know, dude, there's been puns all night about tubing and inserts and everything. So, we've heard it all. But if anybody has any actual questions...
Can you try doing a looping bend?
A looping bend? Like a spiral?
Yeah.
Oh my, of course, I should have known you guys would ask for this. Let's see. I would, see, like, the whole... I just feel like it's gonna fail no matter what. Like, I need another person here to do a spiral bend. We kind of determined that. Yeah, well...
You need to clamp.
Like, I could probably use this bottle at least to wrap around, although it is kind of soft. But...
Oh, since the acrylic melt toner, can you use the acrylic as a jig and you wrap the PETG around it?
I could try. I feel like the PETG, it's going to be hard to heat it up that much consistently. Look at that. That's an interesting tube. You could maybe go for that as a look.
From one end to something like a tube or like a piece of pipe.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I mean, I have some clamps sitting here, but I really don't think I'll be able to get it without like an extra set of hands.
A piece of PVC about an inch and a half in diameter.
Yeah, exactly. Well, last time I used like 2 or 2.5 inch PVC, and that worked. And actually, what I found out is that I actually don't want to do the spiral, just because I know for a fact from doing it last time, even with that giant tubing that I had, that PVC tube, I made like 2 loops around, and I could not get the insert out. I literally had to cut the tube apart, and I could not, like, I tried watering it, like I had water in it before I even started the bend, and I tried putting water in it after, some water with dish soap, and I could not pull it out for the life of me. So
I read online, did one, and said you had to leave it set overnight and let it like really cool all the way down.
Honestly, what I would consider doing, I don't even know if anyone's tried, but if I were to do it again, I would almost just get some fittings, cap off the ends of the tube with just some regular fittings or whatever, and then fill it with sand. Because you can definitely get sand. The only thing that I'd be concerned about is if like the inside of the PETG gets hot enough where like the sand will actually like cling to, like, it'll get absorbed by the plastic. So I don't know if that would be an issue or not, but that's honestly what I would want to try next, is filling one with sand and seeing if that works. Yeah. That's what you have to do for copper tubing if you want to bend copper. You have to fill it with sand.
Instead of sand, and hopefully you don't have
Well, the sand might be
Right,
That's what I'm
it's
saying.
patches.
No. That's what you do for a candy theme PC. You'd end up with caramel tubing.
Yep.
Caramel, whatever.
Oh, nice. Our wisdom man, I got your DM on Discord, so I'll get with you tonight after the stream here, and we can get that sent out to you. And actually, it's PTG from Thermal Take. By the way, I just read your message. As much as that makes people cringe, I've kind of mentioned it quite a few times that I actually do really like Thermal Take's PTG tubing. it works really well for me.
First loop, I like
Yeah, that's what Jason. Like I've used quite a few different PETGs, and that's why I do kind of feel like in a future stream, if you guys want to, I can try to get some of each of the different brands of PETG that we have. And Sean actually linked me Bits Power's acrylic, so I could try their acrylic as well, see if I like it any different than Monsoon's. We just have a stream comparing the different brands because I honestly, have witnessed for a fact that different PETGs do act differently. Like the Monsoon PETG, I cannot get to bend for the life of me. Like I'm just not good with it. I don't know if it's just me or if that tubing is just picky or what.
it's very, very easily heated.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just a different blend of plastic, so it just reacts differently, and I'm not used to it at all. I've used the Thermaltake PETG for quite a while now, so honestly, I'm probably just most used to it, and I'll probably just be stuck in this rut. But I don't know. Hopefully, you like it too. If that's what you wanted, Wisdom Man, he said okay. Okay. Like I said, a lot of people cringe when they hear Thermaltake with like actual high-end water cooling.
I
But,
seen Johnny, my friend, bend a piece of Monsoon right in front of me, and I can tell you that it took a whole heck of a lot less heat to make it bend.
Yeah.
Than this. Although he was using a smaller diameter, and usually that makes it faster anyway.
Yeah.
But that stuff seemed to heat up like within a nanosecond. It was ready to. I mean, it was
Fair enough. What did you? Oh, that's right. It doesn't actually. Dang it, Hank! Your gifts or whatever you tried to post doesn't come up in my chat correctly, so I can't see it. But let's see.
That shows the thermal breakdown of the brands. Did someone make that yet? I would imagine.
No, I don't think anybody's made like an actual thermal breakdown of when it actually bends it. That'd be really hard to do. I mean, you can actually.
Type thing, you know what I mean?
Well, you can get digital heat guns, but I'd honestly be more like I'd almost want to do it in like water, because you can measure the temperature of water much more consistently than what's outputting, say right next to the gun or what is 10 inches from the gun. It's not the same temperature. Whereas if you use water, it's all the same temperature. I would assume you could put a tube in boiling water and bend it. After it got to the, I believe acrylic's at like 220. And
That rotisserie thing at the 7-Eleven.
dunk it in some hot oil or what? We gonna make some deep fried PETG? Oh
They
boy.
should just bring in a deep fryer and we're just gonna try everything.
Maybe, yeah, next time. But let's see. I don't know. I just can't think of anything else to do with the tubing. I kind of gave you guys my breakdown of what I think of each of them, and even after working with this stuff, the acrylic, a bit more the past day or so, I do like it, although I just, honestly, just for the ease of use, I will still use and recommend PETG, no matter what brand you pick, to be honest. It's just up to you to get used to the brand that you do pick. But next stream, I believe, we will be doing the Define S rad grill mod on the top. So we got like these acrylic pieces here that we'll be using to mod the top of the Define S and put in like a custom rad grill. I got a 420 rad right down below me here that we'll use, and that should be fun. So that'll be interesting. I have actually, since you guys, since the last stream, I did finish the ball valve switch deal with the sleeving. Like it looks pretty decent as far as the sleeving job goes. Only problem is only one of the valves actually switches when I flip the switch. So don't know. I believe it's probably, there might be an issue with this connection right here. So I don't know. I'll probably just have to redo it all again. It is what it is, but it looks nice at least now. But we can also do the fan. I never did sleeve a fan for you guys on stream, so I could also do that on Thursday if you guys preferred that. Although either one, the rad grill or the fan sleeving, should be a fun one. Thank you everyone for.
Any chance you can do these fans in action?
Well, I mean, I did kind of demonstrate them when I had the loop together, although they're really stupid to use because they just had the Molex that you plug in and unplug to technically use the feature of the magnetic ball valve. So I really won't be able to demonstrate them until I get the wiring figured out, but hopefully I get that figured out this week so I can retube this up and I can get that going again for you guys. I could probably test some coolant too, I guess. Maybe. We'll see. I got to figure out when I get the CPU and everything, because the CPU would require me draining the loop partially. And I don't want to test another coolant and have to drain it halfway through and then like put it back in, because I feel like that makes it an unfair test. But I figure we can wrap tonight up as long as nobody has any more questions, actually. As you guys all saw, our Wisdom Man was the awesome winner tonight with answering the question correctly. Plan on doing another giveaway on Thursday's stream. Don't know what yet, but you'll find out if you stop in. Probably do it the same way, because it actually worked out better than doing it in Discord like we did last time. So stay tuned for more trivia, guys. We'll definitely be doing more water cooling and modding content. I believe it'll be modding on Thursday. So if you guys want to see that, definitely stop by. Same place. It'll be at 5 p.m. on Thursday, though. It'll be a little bit earlier. So we can check that out and see who shows up. But I appreciate everyone who did stop by tonight. It's been fun. Sorry again, Hank, for no safety glasses, although I didn't stick anything in my eye yet, and you still don't cover my health insurance, so it really wouldn't have mattered anyways. So, yeah, next stream will do better, though. But, what? It's true. If I put something in my eye, he can't even care. It doesn't cost him a penny. Honestly, think of the views I would have got if I would have ended the stream tonight with a piece of acrylic sticking out of my eye. We would have gotten a lot of views. I mean, for you guys it would have been funny. For me, I don't think it would have been quite as funny. So I do understand the points of wearing safety glasses, and I encourage you all to do so, especially if you're going to be breaking your acrylic, because that stuff is violent.
I have a very good story that exemplifies why you need it. I was running a router once, machining aluminum. Someone came in to wash the router with no safety glasses, yelled at them for wearing no safety glasses. They said they didn't care, and then as they were saying that, a piece of aluminum flew into their mouth.
Into their mouth. Oh, God. But just think, if he would have worn safety glasses, then he wouldn't have had to say anything to you telling him to wear safety glasses. Therefore, he wouldn't have gotten anything in his mouth. But I appreciate everyone stopping out tonight, watching the stream, and everyone in Discord. It was nice having everybody. Cool to see the crowd show up again. Hopefully Thursday will be just as fun. But
Yeah, buddy.
with all that being said, guys, join our Discord, join the Facebook group. We're nearly at that giveaway. That's a legit giveaway. Not that this one wasn't tonight. But that's the giveaway for the 8700K and a Supremacy Evo. I was actually just going to like run the giveaway on Friday. And maybe I will just start this week, although we're like 30 to 40 members away on Facebook, and I haven't actually checked the Discord, but I can check right now. Yeah, we only need 42 members on Discord and like 30 or 40 members on Facebook, and we'll be doing the giveaway. Otherwise, I'll probably just get it up and going this week, if not. So, guys, stay tuned for that giveaway and join those places, as I said. But stay tuned for more. I'll keep you guys posted on what will be happening on Thursday. But have a great night, guys, and I'll see you then.
You too, Matt. Thanks for helping. It's great, man.
Thanks, guys.
Yep.